Thank you. Thank you for your kind remarks. You know, I'm from Pennsylvania, and my senator, Arlen Specter, used to say, when there would be such a generous introduction, kind words, that my father would love hearing it and my mother would believe it. So, you know, we speak today about the right and the left, and you know, if you ask an Anglo in New York to describe the Latin American community, they would talk about Mexicans, they would talk about people from El Salvador. If you ask an Anglo in Miami, where I used to live here, by the way, many years ago, they would speak about Cubanos, they'd speak about Venezuelans, they'd speak about Colombians, Los Angeles, they'd speak about Mexicans. But we know here that someone from Guatemala City has probably nothing in common except a common language with someone from Buenos Aires. And the same too for a description of the right and left. One size does not fit all when it comes to solutions, when it comes to addressing problems. The difference in culture, the difference in history, all politics are local, as we say, is so dramatically different that to try to suggest a solution or description of the right and the left for the entire hemisphere is an error. My father, who was the smartest person I ever knew, and I'm sure all of us probably think that about our dads or moms, would say that the key to success is looking at something from the other person's perspective. Okay? So let me take this to a human level. Everywhere in the world, at 8 o'clock at night, after the children are in bed, parents sit at the kitchen table where the most important decisions in life are made, right? And what do they talk about? They talk about how can we create a better world for our children? How can our children do better than us? How can they have a better education than us? And importantly, how can they have a better job than us and put food on the table? No one wants to see their child leave their culture, leave their home, leave the place where their grandparents are buried, and travel off to America. And when there aren't opportunities, when there aren't jobs, now I come back to the left and right. What that does is it creates ammunition, creates fodder, creates enlistees for extreme left, extreme right. Not in any way to compare what's going on in Syria or Ukraine to our hemisphere, but I guarantee you somebody from Syria doesn't leave their family, go to Ukraine, and risk their life for $800. Well, I take that back. They're risking it for $800. They're not risking it because they believe in what Russia's doing or what Ukraine isn't doing. So it's very easy to talk about problems, so now let's talk about solutions. You know, past administrations, going back many years, have addressed what we can do to create jobs in Latin America. President Trump ordered OPEC to focus on the Northern Triangle. I salute President Biden for sending the Vice President to Central America and to talk about creating jobs and investment. But as we say, talk is cheap, and there really needs to be follow-up. And I think that's the solution. I think that's what all of us in this room can do. We need to urge our government here in the United States to follow up on its promises and follow up on its assurances and to try to ensure that there's capital investment to create jobs in Latin America. Why? This helps America. It gives us security at our border. It creates economic stability in the South, in the rest of our hemisphere. And it helps the mother and father sitting at the kitchen table at 8 o'clock answer the question, how do we give our child a better life and ensure they stay here in their home town or home village? So, thank you very much.